Time to present you the English news from KHURSHID Global Network. President Ashraf Ghani stated that he has in the program the priorities to fulfill the election process in a successful manner, and he's insisting that all the conditions and criteria are available for the holding of a transparent election in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, Independent Election Commission of Afghanistan report that most of the biometric system in 8 provinces were completed and supplied and sent to the election poll centers, and the rest until 2 days after all these devices will be supplied and procured and will be sent to the main places and the center of poll stations, that the people may have a transparent election process. As there is not a comprehensive proposal for making forward the peace process, and this caused that the war in Afghanistan go forward and continue. A number of the parties and political figures arranged a meeting to counsel and advise in order to how bring peace in Afghanistan. These all were stated their point of views and stated that there is the only way and solution for bringing the Taliban and the enemies to the negotiating talks table is the way how to prepare a comprehensive proposal. Although the National Peace Council works and affairs and performances were criticized somehow, but a number of the participants stated that there are efforts from the High National Peace Council to bring the Taliban and in the peace process and start the talking and negotiation and find out a very bright solution ways for that. As the election is coming and it is nearing, a number of the election candidates' offices were targeted from the unknown enemies. As one of the candidates yesterday in Helmand were targeted from the enemies, and he was killed with 11 more than other of his employees and colleagues that were not still known who were they. A number of the residents and candidates for parliament asked and requested the government in order to secure their polling stations, in order to secure the way how the people go to the poll stations and vote, and also the offices until they're forwarding the campaign for the election processes. Zalmay Khalilzad, the special envoy from the United States for the peace process of Afghanistan, after meeting with the high-ranking officials of Pakistan, traveled to Saudi Arabia. The Pakistan Interior Minister spokesperson, while saying that the Foreign Minister of Pakistan met with Zalmay Khalilzad, a special envoy from the United States for the peace process of Afghanistan, and both agreed to come up with a proper agenda in order to ensure peace in Afghanistan. Sir Khalilzad asked Pakistani officials in order to prepare a very good platform in order to bring the Taliban to the peace process and negotiation talks with the government high-ranking officials of Afghanistan. From the other side, the High Peace National Council of Afghanistan say that there are talks and negotiations in between the Afghan government and the Taliban leaders, and there are hope for having a good result and a positive and effective result. And the economic of Afghanistan in the current area, as compared to the last year, were decreased and declined to 0.2%, and the growth rate was 0.2%. That was showing a declination in the growth rate of economic in Afghanistan. Based on the reports released from the World Fund Bank, it is stated that one of the main reasons that the growth rate is declining in Afghanistan as compared to the last year was exiling and going out of the Afghanistan and leaving Afghanistan. of the foreign forces and more of the population from different countries will come here. The Afghans and the refugees that came and left their homes outside and came to Afghanistan. This was one of the reasons that caused the growth rate. Also, in this report is added that it may be expected that in the upcoming year, the growth rate again may go up and it will be 3/4. Thank you. That was a brief. Have a good night. Bye.